The audio wasn't on. I was like, what am I talking? Is anyone hearing me? Okay. Audio, are you hearing the audio? Does that work? Yeah? No? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, now it's working. Okay, good. Sorry, there's a big delay. So, all right. Goal for today is to launch. So we have Vercel deployed. That's good. We have some network issues. Clerk failed to load. Sorry, failed to load clerk. I'm willing to bet it's because we're using. I actually don't know why that's happening. Let's Google it. I'm thinking it might be because I'm using the wrong domain. Yeah, I think it might be because of the domain. All right, well, we'll figure it out. I'm thinking, hey, what's up, Felipe? Okay, I'm willing to bet that we're gonna have to go into. It's just gonna accidentally leak my credentials. Let me just do it on this screen so I don't get caught out. Manage. Okay. Welcome back yourself, Dylan. Thanks for joining. We're all grinding this Sunday, Easter. Okay, what are we doing? I need to link another CNAME record, I'm willing to bet. Vercel. Let's say Vercel, we need to add a domain. Domains. Add let's say app.overdeliver.io. Add domain. Also, it's not on this Git branch. That's annoying. Whatever. I think this will fix the clerk issue. You pull major views on your YouTube channel. Does it bring in more money than your startup? Have you considered going all in on content creation instead of startup? My YouTube channel doesn't bring in that much money because I don't post very much. I think if I did it full time, it would make a decent amount of money. But the reason, like, startup is not to get rich. I mean, there are better ways to get rich than doing a startup. So I do that because I think that it's cool to try to solve like a really big problem, to try to build something really big. I like that. With YouTube, I think I could only ever get it kind of big. Well, there's no point in sitting around waiting for this all day. Let's get this icon changed. Okay. Last streams I was very talkative. This stream, I mean, I'm still gonna be talkative, but like we're getting shit done now. We're in fucking go mode. This one, here we go. I'm gonna plug this into ChatGPT and say remake this icon, but with a O instead of an S. I don't know if it's gonna be any good, but we'll try it. What are we creating today? So I need to figure out a way to pin this so that people don't have to like ask when they drop in, but this is what we're launching. OverDeliver. Other AIs promise overpromise, we overdeliver. So OverDeliver integrates with your tools and books clients directly into your calendar, transforming your email. So it basically looks at your email and it books people in immediately. We integrate with all the major tools. We've been kind of not vibe coding, kind of grinding this out for a week as a spin-off of the major product, which is SuperCall, which the AI works over text and voice in this one. And so now we're making a version of this product over email. And why are we not calling it SuperCall? Because SuperCall for email? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure I love the term overdeliver either, if I'm being completely honest, but it's better than nothing. Because it's about like, I like being able to play off of this overpromise, overdeliver phrase, because if you guys heard of like 11x, let me just Google them, not get their website, but they were in the news because A16Z and benchmark-backed 11x has been claiming customers it doesn't have. Supposedly it's a really toxic work culture. Supposedly like there's a lot of really bad shit going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of lying and stuff. And this is turning out to be par for the course for like inbox managers. Well, for AI SDRs, which is like AI salesperson, right? And I'm like, man, why is everyone doing this wrong? So what we're doing is we're doing over deliver. Other AIs overpromise, we over deliver. And the idea is it's like actually a good inbox management solution that books people in to your calendar. This was vibe coded out with Lovable last night, and we are in the process of. Oh, that looks fucking terrible. What? It even got rid of the gradient. I don't know. Try something different. This is too bland. Try something different. You know, honestly, maybe this would work. But there's background on it. We need to get rid of the background. So we say remove .bg. There you go, baby. It's my favorite tool of all time as a YouTuber. Let's see. Let's see if it came up with something interesting. It created the exact same one. Make it look like the original one I sent, but make it a mail envelope. Let's see if that's any better. Worst case scenario, we're just gonna run with this. Who cares? We're trying to knock things out today. Try different model. What are we creating today? Damn, that sounds cool. Stack. Stack is Node.js, and we're using Docker for render on the back end. We deployed this earlier today in the morning. Here are our services. Here's the normal SuperCall stuff. We got production, we got staging. Now we got SuperCall OverDeliver here in the new service. And we launched the database. We launched the back end. We're launching the front end right now. We're having a few issues because I think Clerk is upset. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm such an idiot. This should be app. Of course, that's why it's not working. Anyway, we're trying to get... What do you guys think of that? I don't know. I would like the envelope to be colorful instead of the inverse. Let's see what it comes up with. That's not terrible, right? Isn't it crazy that you can do this? You can just like make a new company this quickly. Not that this is a new company, it's the same company, but a new product. What am I looking for? Oh, that looks terrible. Move the purple background. Let's see if it looks good without, I don't know. Something like that looks better. Yo, can we just steal this? I like that one actually. Let me just document me stealing an icon here. Literally, I think if I just took this and I ran it through AI and it just created something new, would it count as like plagiarism? Okay, let's go to app sidebar. We've got the logo in here. Apparently we don't have the logo in here. Let's deliver dot, oh, it's dash deliver dot png. Okay, let's see how that looks. Is the video stuck again? All right, here we go. Resetting the video. Yeah, the white envelope's not terrible. Okay, I'm back. Am I back? Apparently not. Yes, I'm back. Man, I need to figure out why that keeps happening. That's really, really annoying. I'll fix that for the next stream. But if it happens again, I'm just going to switch to my laptop camera. It's not going to be as nice of a view, but whatever. I'm not attractive anyway, so what the hell are you looking at my face for? Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm sold on any of these. Okay, but now, theoretically, well, is this connected? Yes, it is. app.overdeliver.io. Okay, we still have an issue here. It's not loading. So also let's update this. OverDeliver. I don't know, that background's ugly, isn't it? Is it just me? Whatever. Launch it. Ship it. Won't even let me save. Okay, let's figure out what the hell's going wrong in Clerk. And then we're going to also, it might be today or it might be tomorrow, but we're going to do a quick course in how to do B2B sales. And I'm going to show you literally everything I do. So this should help you guys if you want to sell products too. Okay, I do need to load in the social connections. That's fine though. I'll do that later. Shit. Where did I set up where did I set up the domains? I didn't. That's why. Clerk points at this. Let's go another CNAME. Clerk points at that. Accounts points at this. CNAME. Accounts points at that. I don't know if these are private or something. I'm gonna bring these over here really quickly and just knock this out, because I'm not sure if these are supposed to stay private. I don't think they are. Okay. Almost done. A little bit more patience there, guys. Thank you. Apologize. 2 more. I really don't love a .io. Nobody loves a .io, right? Nobody loves a .io. Okay, done. Come back here. That's linked up. Clerk. The question is clerk linked up. I can't show this yet. Let me just validate configuration. Inactive. So we need to validate this before the front end will work, but theoretically app.overdeliver.io will work, and then we also should probably launch the landing page. Vercel, add new project, supercall. It's not on supercall. Where is it? It's on my personal one for now. I should probably move it to Vercel, to the work one. Here it is. Okay, it's deploying this. Then we'll link the, oh shit. Then we'll link this one up too. Got a few of these starting to get verified. Good. So this will go live, and what else? What else? What else? Let's see if that changed the Slack. I don't know if I really like that. Well, it still says supercall for one. Supercall. Why does it call it supercall? I'm still calling it supercall somewhere, apparently. Have you guys ever heard of Nango? So this is how I'm doing integrations. So at first I used Paragon, which I thought was going to be good, but honestly, they kind of brushed me off. Oh, what's integration.app? I've never heard of this. API first engine, universal integrations versus Paragon, single app integrations. This UI in Paragon was really bad. It was really bad. Man, maybe I should have used this integration app one. Nango is good too. Oh, this is new. That's cool. Oh, I like that, man. What are the odds you think that like something like same.dev could do this? I'm gonna log in. I don't know if it's going to be able to do that piece. That piece is a bit complicated, but I'm curious. I definitely am curious. Thank you. I'm glad you're joining me for this content. I hope it's... oh, sorry. What the fuck is this asking me? Which pages or sections do you want to clone? The hero. Section. Specifically the... specifically the 3JS. The 3JS. I don't even know what you'd call it. I'll just call it an element. I think this stream is really far behind what I'm saying and doing. I think it's very far behind. All right, what else are we doing? Like, man, that's so cool. Anyway, I'm using these guys. I might have to log in here really quickly just to make sure that that these connections are all fine on this new URL. I think it's fine. It should be fine. This is what Nango looks like once you log in. So what's cool is that you can pick a bunch of integrations from their list, and then you get like a unified API where you can kind of deal with them. It's a little bit messy to work with, but I mean, integrations are tough to work with in general, so you can't really blame them. And then if you want to create your own, so they create like pre-built integrations, so you just like pre-built functions more or less that you can call. And if you want to build your own, you just make a Nango slash integrations, and then like a calendar. Like I made a Google Calendar one. I made, is that it? I made a few Google Calendar ones. Here's like the create time slot one where it'll actually create the meeting on someone's calendar. So this one's it's a cool library. I like it a lot. It's only got 5,000 GitHub stars, which I think is surprising. Let me do another shill. So, or not shill, like I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want you guys to know that like I'm gonna stop doing these streams on this YouTube channel, on the main YouTube channel. I'm gonna start doing them on Jason Goodison too. So if you do like the streams, video froze again? Okay, this is the last time I restart the camera, and then I'm gonna use the laptop one instead. Oh my goodness, my back. I think this stream is really far behind. I'm trying to keep up with the stream on my channel, like on the side here. I think it's very far behind. Here, specifically right here. Is the camera still hasn't connected yet? Okay, this is stupid. I'm just gonna plug in my my laptop one. Sorry guys, I tried. This is what you get for spending so much money on a camera. Like it just doesn't work. Let's change this to my laptop camera. All right. Now it just looks like I'm looking off to the side. That's why I'm not a big fan of using this one. But you know what? Screw it. I'm moving this in front of my other camera. Okay, whatever. This is good enough. All right. I'm going to start doing all my streams on this second channel here. You can see I'm already doing it. So if you want to keep up with these streams, make sure to check out these channels. And I'm also going to keep the streams on these channels. I'm not going to keep them on the other channel. So if you want to like watch stuff back, you'll have to like come to this channel anyway. Anyway, okay, Nango. Let's get back to see if clerk is ready to go. That was our blocker before. And where the hell did I put clerk? Apparently I closed it like an idiot. No, it's right here. Domains. There we go. Now if I go to app.overdeliver.io. Great. Let's see what happens. Sign in page. Perfect. I got to change the name. It's not lead magnet. Oh, I haven't plugged in the Google authentication token yet. So for that, you got to go to Google Console, Google Cloud Console. I'm going to pull it off to the side just to make sure I don't accidentally leak anything, and then I'll pull it back on. API and services, credentials. Okay, I'll show you how to do it so that you can just do this yourself, but I can't show you the actual credentials. So you log in, you go to API and services, then you go to credentials, and then you just click create new credential. And that's how you create credentials for Google Console. Okay, let me just, but for me, I've actually already done this. So I'm just going to copy the credentials over. And I can't show that on this screen. So I'm going to do it on the screen next to me. Apparently I haven't done this correctly before, which is surprising to me. I want to make sure I don't mess it up. API services. All right, I've got it. I'm just finishing up. Take 2 seconds, and then I'll be back on the main screen. Client secret. And okay. So now that's connected, and I should be able to now go back, refresh, sign in. There we go. Let me pull this off to the side and type my password in. Okay, and here's the moment of truth. What happens after I sign in? $401. Okay, that means that the backend's not set up correctly. Does it mean that actually? Let me check the webhook is set up correctly. Because a 401 is different than I expected. Apparently, the user was created successfully. Let's take a look at this database. User. Okay, that did work. So then what's the issue? Let's take a quick gander here. Let's look at the logs. Organization ID is required. For what? Overview. It's because, no, I shouldn't be in an organization yet. That's strange. It should have checked if I was in an organization first, and then it should have brought me to the onboarding screen. So if it didn't do that, what the hell organization does it think I'm part of? That's weird. It's not even calling get organization. Oh, you know why? I know exactly why. Because Vercel insisted on deploying the main branch for some reason, remember? It shouldn't be the main branch we should be deploying. It should be this feature branch. Branch is JSON email integration. Okay. That should work. Create deployment, email integration. There we go. All right, let's see if that works. I have lost track of the chat. I don't know where the chat is. Let me try to find it for a sec. Make sure there's no questions. Nice shirt. Thank you. My girlfriend joined the chat earlier and said the exact same thing. But now we can't look at your food. I know. I got some cheese. My girlfriend's French. She introduced me to all these French cheeses. And I have mango. But I'm going for dinner in 2 hours, so I shouldn't be eating this. I feel like I'm looking kind of chubby in the stream. It's the shirt. I think the shirt makes me look chubby. Makes me look like Elon. He's getting quite a belly on him these days. Healthy-ish. Cheese isn't that healthy. People say it is. I don't think it is. I've been waking up at 6 a.m. every morning, hitting the gym, going for a run. Oh, okay, we got an error. Router is assigned a value but never used. Okay. All right, well, at least we got errors to go on. But that's strange because didn't I run this before? Like pm front end run build. And if so, then I think my build command is off here. But not to fear, because I'm pretty sure I already have done this in the main supercall product. Root directory should be this too. Build. Yeah, no, I set this up correctly. So it should just work. Oh, there are a ton of errors. Okay, great. I mean, like, let's squash these bugs one at a time. So, or errors. Set calendars is never set. Handle disconnect, we'll call that, and then we can pass handle disconnect here. Disconnected calendars have a handle disconnect function. Okay, and then on disconnects, call the on disconnect function. Okay, that looks right to me. Okay, first one done. Second one. Is it the parse time one that it's pissed about? Parse time string is assigned a value and never used. Unexpected any. Oh shit, where are we using any? Right here. I think you can technically just swap in unknown, which works very similar. All right, what's next? We've got, oh, that's a warning. We can skip that. These are two warnings, another warning. Fine, mutations. More warnings, another error. No, I already solved that one. Another error. It's all just like unused. I guess we don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Okay. It's coming along. Oh, sorry, I'm missing messages. Focus, there are errors, but now serious question after. There's a lot of talk that future AI agents might replace many of the current startups just offering wrappers around APIs. How do you see that playing out? Thinking ahead, if your future products need AI features, would you consider using local models to cut costs? I don't think you should worry about costs until you have something people actually want. And then once your costs get out of control, then you can fix them. Making something people actually want is the hardest piece. But once you have them, cutting the costs, figuring out smart ways to cut the costs is not that hard. I mean, you're an engineer, that's kind of your job. So I'm pretty confident you can do that piece. The harder piece is figuring out what people even want in the first place. Sorry, I'm going to answer these questions and do work at the same time. So local models too, I'm not sure are that good yet, but I would love if there was like a really easy to use self-host platform for models. Yeah, I know Hugging Face is supposed to be that. I don't feel like Hugging Face. I've only used it a handful of times, and I've never found it that easy to use, if I'm being completely honest. But it's also possible I'm just an idiot. Maybe it's a skill issue. On select is apparently not used, which is surprising to me, but whatever. And then the AI wrappers question, it's a good question. If you make something that's just like obviously the next feature for OpenAI to build, then yeah, you can expect to get steamrolled. But if you're building like real value, especially in like a specific domain, I think that you could do like super, super well. Because think about it, right? Like we're using Cursor, and theoretically OpenAI could have built a Cursor like alternative, but they didn't. I mean, they are rolling stuff out now, but theirs is nowhere near as good as Cursor, and they're thinking about buying Windsurf. So the reason is because these like AI companies really captured the market here, because they built value into how people already use the tools. I think if you don't, I think it's much harder to build like one product to rule them all than people think. Like OpenAI can't just do it with ChatGPT. It's this. That's what it's upset about. Whoops. But they pitch that AGI will be able to do anything. I know, but I have a feeling it won't. Like, maybe it will, man. But I kind of have a feeling that most software can be built. Like, many companies are basically just subsets of like what Facebook does, for example, right? Like any kind of groups, any kind of invites, like events, any kind of marketplace. Like Facebook actually does a ton of these things already. It's crazy to me. Like I always thought, why did any of these startups exist? Like why doesn't Facebook just steamroll them? And it turns out that like even just for people's own mental clarity's sake, there's some value in having different branding and understanding of different products, you know? Okay, let's go to this one. E is defined. So this is obviously an exception there. Okay. There, now it's used. I'm thinking cost and being dependent on them might still be the problem. Token limit. I feel like tokens are gonna like really ultimately what they're doing is they're building the infrastructure layer, which sounds good on the surface, but it's actually a really shitty place to be. Like if you've heard of the few layers, right? There's the infrastructure like foundational layer. Oh, I'm doing this on the wrong screen. There's the like foundational layer, and we have like Claude, OpenAI. Now these companies are mostly building like chatbots and APIs. Now what's shitty about this is like there's so much competition on this layer, and it's really hard to compete on this layer. So these guys are like constantly driving their own prices down, and they know that if you don't like OpenAI one day, like you could easily switch to Claude the next day with basically the same API, and the switching cost is like practically zero. Then you have on top of this, you've got some more like infrastructural layer, an infra layer. So a lot of people are building in this space where they're like, hey, we help you basically integrate with this foundational layer, right? But we help you like version your prompts. We help you switch API models. This would be something like there's a company in my batch called Vellum doing this, Vellum AI. So they basically give you build and ship AI products in a single collaborative platform. You can like create like different flows of different AI agents. You can version your prompts. There's like a testing solution for trying to figure out what prompts are the best, all that kind of stuff. And then there's like the very top layer, which is like the app layer, right? This is the place to be, man. Like all of the value being created in AI right now is being created at this layer. Like well, not all the value. Obviously, the foundational layers are really important, but think like think Cursor, Windsurf, like Lovable. All of these companies are operating on the app layer, and basically they build a feature they build a company that like solves a real problem. And every time there's a major development in this foundational layer, it bubbles up to them. Like it bubbles up to them. Their product gets better. They're still integrated with all the right tools that the customer has, like their calendar and their email service, and obviously not for Cursor, but their GitHub and all this kind of stuff. They already have all of that value. And every time there's a new AI foundational update, they immediately get to expose that to their customers, and it's just like huge, right? It just like really ingrains them into these people's workflows. But the foundational layer gets screwed because every time they have a major update, they also have to drop the prices because they know that the next company is like Claude, for example, is going to just come and compete with them, especially because the best way to train an AI model, as DeepSeek figured out, is just go to ChatGPT and just talk to ChatGPT and just get it to output a ton of stuff, and then just use that ton of stuff and just like feed all of that as training data through an LLM or through like a training, process, and you'll get an LLM based on just basically using someone else's LLM. So it's really difficult to differentiate here. You've got to be like researcher. In the infra layer, it's just tough because it's not even clear what the hell where the line between these two ends. Like someone, for example, OpenAI might build some infrastructure layer. In fact, they already have some infrastructure that they used to not have that killed plenty of startups. Maybe even voice, right? For example, voice is a really big thing right now, but OpenAI released voice. It's like it's not clear how much OpenAI voice is going to exist, and if a foundation or if an infrastructure layer should be there at all. But the app layer, man, tons of value left to be had. Every time there's an update, you win. Your prices go down, your models get better. It's the best place to be. All right, back to figuring out what the hell's going on here. Is this all done? If I refresh this, will it work? No, it doesn't work. Vercel, it was a Vercel-ish. Oh, what am I talking about? We were doing this. Okay. We got 2 errors here. What are our errors? Sign of value never defined but never used. It's always this, man. It's always this. And then this too. Let's remove that. Okay, I think that'll be it. I think that's pretty much all of it. What are you building? We're building, really quickly, I'll just show you the website. We're building AI in email for salespeople. So the AI automatically responds to emails on their behalf and books people directly into their calendar. So it bypasses all of the whole, it bypasses Calendly and all that kind of stuff altogether. It also messages you on Slack to get approval before it sends something out. So here we have new email generated. Here's my recommended reply, blah, blah, blah. We have to also include a link here, and you click on the link and it will open the website, and the website will already have the draft email loaded up, and you just have to click send. These are just warnings, right? Am I missing? Oh, here. I think that's all the errors. So I'm going to push this while I'm waiting. Yeah, I name my commits push. Yeah, I'm a Chad. I name my commits push. Okay, I missed this one. What I really meant to do is kick off a local build and push at the same time. But there we go. Man, what the hell's wrong this time? Ah, it's another error. Any. It's always any. Here we go. What is this shit now? Property title does not exist. Title. And description. I think I got rid of those. I can't click into it. Why can't I click into it? Man, I hate TypeScript sometimes, especially VS Code and Cursor. Like, man, it's been really slow for me the last few weeks. Let's just look. Page header. I actually did remove them. But why the hell won't it, like, resolve? That's so weird. Well, let's build it. Here we go again. Can't find name page header. Okay, there we go. It was there the whole time. Warning, 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 error. Okay, I just fixed those two bugs, so, or two errors, so let's see. Let's see. More of this. Agent page. I think there's going to be a lot of these, to be honest with you. Let's just search for it and see them if we can find them. There we go. Knew it was going to be there too. And finally that. All right, it's not the cleanest way to do it, but let's get this going. What is the main advantage of it compared to the new Gemini AI features for email and calendar? So the the way people do sales right now in B2B is they use something called like Instantly, where they basically schedule emails to go out to people. So here's all my emails that I use for emailing people. I create some campaigns. Here's a test one. I add the leads to the campaign, and you add thousands of people. And then I have an email. Do you want this YouTube video? Hey, I have a YouTube video where I can show you how to save up to 60% on your operations costs with AI. Do you want me to send it over? And then the person will say like yes. Most people won't respond, but some people will. They'll say yes. And then we'll email them back and we'll say, here's the link I told you about. Also, are you free for a call like sometime this week? I'd love to chat. And then the person will say, sure, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, point is, after like you do email through this platform and you kind of have a structure to it, and like nobody really does this well with AI yet, surprisingly, because it's been years. You think someone would have done this already, but it turns out they really haven't. And I don't think Gemini is going to do that correctly. I think they're just going to help you like auto respond to emails. The thing is that people, it's really important when you're, they call it speed to lead. So it's really important to basically get back to people that want to buy your product as quickly as possible. And if you can get back to them within like 5 minutes or 3 minutes, your conversion rate goes up like 900% or something. So this is, in my opinion, the perfect opportunity for AI to plug in and immediately respond to people. And don't even send them a Calendly link. Just tell them when you're free. And to do that, it can hook into your calendar and say, hey, I'm available tomorrow at 2 p.m. Are you? And the person will say, sure. And then bang, the AI just books it. And so there's no like hours of waiting back and forth and losing leads because the people lose interest. The second they're online and they email you, you email them back and book them into the calendar. That's the idea. Okay. And we already do a ton of this stuff for WhatsApp and text and voice. And now we're going to start doing it for text too. Sorry, email too. I'm half daydreaming right now. Let's see. What am I looking at here? OverDeliver. Failed again. Why the hell did it fail this time? Did I push these changes? Nope. Fix build. That's why. How cool, man. That really makes sense. Thank you. There's a few companies doing it, but nobody does it well. And so I actually spent last week or a week or two ago, I flew to Dubai. I met with a company, a friend of mine runs a sales organization that just crossed 100K a month in MRR. Well, that's a month. So monthly recurring revenue. And I kind of came to him and I said, hey, I want to build something in sales. Obviously, I've already built a lot in sales. So I thought, but I want to make sure it's really needed and it's in the B2B space. You do B2B sales for people all day, every day. So like, let's talk about what's missing. And this seemed to be like the one thing that really no one's done yet, which was surprising. So I thought, okay, great. Like, let's knock it out. It's full of bugs right now, man. Like there's so much shit to do here. Like let's pull it up. I actually wanted to get this done, but this deployment is taking longer than I thought. Here's like some of the stuff on the to-do list. So we need to make sure that sync doesn't happen twice. We need to create multiple integrations for every save. Sorry, we're currently creating multiple integrations for every save. Make sure that the test conversations are listed as so. Yeah, they should be tests. They shouldn't be visible. Replying to an agent. Yeah, man, there's just so many issues with like so many of these integrations that you have to build into your product. Let me show you. Like, I'm not running it locally right now. Screw it. It's gonna be live in like 2 minutes. So I'll show you in 2 minutes. But yeah, we have a lot of features to build out here, man. And there's a lot of flaky stuff. Like it's going to take some time to get this working 100%. But my idea was I wanted to get this done and launched today. I definitely want it to be launched for next week and start making some content about it. So that's the idea. I gotta stop eating this, man. I'm going out for a lunch or dinner in an hour and a half. What do you guys want to talk about also while we wait for some of these builds to happen? I know Primogen always comes on this thing and talks about, like, he just reads articles and stuff. Is that what you guys want me to do? Is that like what's hot right now? Is that what I should be doing? I just work, man. This is what I do all day, every day. And I figured I might as well turn on the camera and have you guys like see what I do. Anyway, this is the website. Actually, did we launch the website too through Vercel? I think that should be done. The Vercel website launch. Here we go. Okay, this is up. Now we just need to brand this as OverDeliver.io, which we have not done yet. So we'll also do that. Domains, okay. Production, Git, yeah, so that's all fine. I think this one will work. I think I'm gonna have to, no, apparently not. All right, let's pull up Namecheap. And let me just edit this really quickly. All right. Okay, this is, I think, ready to go. Just gonna give it a second to refresh and make sure these actually work. And then I think we're good. All right, let's take a look at the other Vercel. Thing that's launching. Oh, I knew it wasn't gonna work. Why? What? Oh, you're kidding me. Man, this has got to be one of the most annoying PNPM front-end run build. This has got to be one of the most annoying like build errors of all time. I know I can change it, but I also feel like it's probably good to just keep it in place. Grinding on Easter. Yeah, dude, I live in San Francisco. All my family lives in Canada. Like, not much else to do. I didn't even know it was Easter until like a few days ago. Okay, now we got more errors. What the hell is it this time? In our sequence editor. What's this error? Workflow steps does not exist on type. Okay, this stuff is not used anymore in the new product. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna need to rebuild out that sequencer at some point. Build. I'm really getting sick and tired of doing this like build back and forth thing. I delayed a bit here. Just sharing your knowledge and experience here with us is great, man, but feel free to fill up the time with random stuff. Still? What the hell is it possibly complaining about this time? Set workflow steps. Oh, here we freaking go. Could you briefly describe what you did for launch? Yeah, so what we did this morning, I've kind of said this a few times now, so I got to find a way to pin this somewhere. What we did this morning is we launched on render. We're literally launching. When I say launching, we're like launching the service, so it's live. That's like the main thing. So service is live. That's the most important thing. In terms of actually launching like the product, there's no point in doing that right now on a Sunday. Like there's no point in doing marketing today because everyone's going to be asleep. So I'm going to do is LinkedIn tomorrow is going to be the first thing. I'm going to write a post for it tonight. Then I might also do some YouTube videos and start using it myself, because the whole point is that like we can help companies make more money by responding to emails quicker, right? Well, why don't we email people and then respond to them really quickly? So I'm thinking about creating an Instantly campaign, linking it to my product, and then hitting all of the major like sales, not even sales, but like dev companies around SF, and say something along the lines of, hey, like, want me to book you a time to chat? I bet you I can do it in less than 1 minute. Something like that. And then if they reply, like literally instantly reply back. And so they get to like test the product by just emailing with me. So that's kind of my idea for how to at least get some initial traction. I'm also going to ping my friends that own sales agencies and say, hey, try to use this product. And I have a feeling that they will use it for a bunch of their customers. And that should get us some initial traction too. Types of parameter data and data are incompatible. On select. What? It's because it should be this. But that's not needed. Okay. They are always checking if the real estate agent or company inside the platform reached out to us on time, and in my experience, 2 didn't or got disorganized with it. So it'd be great for cases like that too. Amazing stuff. Sorry for making you repeat it. No, dude, don't worry about it at all. It's not your fault. It's literally my fault because I don't know how any of these streaming tools work. Okay, here we go. This is looking good. There we go. Okay. There we go. Man, I love this hero image. I can't get over how much I like this thing. It's not even an image. Like, I can edit the text. But, wow, I love this. Look at that. No credit card required. Getting that. I love that too. I think I should put a video on this landing page. I think a video would help. All right, let's see whenever this is going to be done. Guys, I really don't want to go out for dinner tonight. I want to just hang out on stream and work. This is literally my life. I do this all day, every day. I sit here. I work. I dread when I have to go out. Except for when it's really sunny out, like it is right now. Then I bought a skateboard recently, so I've been going out skateboarding, skateboard around, have a good time. Usually go to the grocery store and pick up some stuff before I come home if I need anything. And then I come back to the grind. While we wait, let's update this whole Slack integration piece. Slack, I think it's in the integration service. So in the integration service, we've got no, this isn't the integration service. Integration service. So we've got a function for get available calendar slots. We've got get instantly API key. All of these basically hook into our integrations tables and make sure to get you and call the right services with the correct integration data whenever is needed. We've got an upsert integration. Upsert basically means create, or if already exists, just update. So update or create is what upsert is, if you're not familiar. Get campaign integrations, blah, 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 blah. There's got to be a Slack one here. Send Slack message. There you go. And let's go to the references of it and see what we're calling it. In the instantly service, and yes, send to Slack. I don't know that this should be in the instantly service, to be honest with you. This doesn't really make sense to have here, but screw it. Let's just finish it for now. Here's the question. Do we have the conversation ID here? Because we need to recreate the URL. So the URL will be like, well, I'll show you in a second. The URL will be like conversation/conversation ID. So if we're gonna put a link, then we're gonna need to include the conversation ID. We'll do that here, conversation ID. Now you might be saying like, oh, we've got all these like types for each ID. Dude, this is one thing that a friend like set up when he was working on the project briefly that I think is the coolest thing of all time. I didn't know you could do it. So look, we've got our tables, right? And every table has an ID, but the IDs could get mixed up because they're just numbers, right? So what he does is he does what they call branding. So base ID extends the string where like it equals number and read only with a brand. So this is very confusing, but essentially means that every single ID will look like this. An ID will look like that, but every table ID will look like that. So you could accidentally swap them up and pass them into the wrong functions. But the type will look like this. It'll look like a number and read only _ brand with the name of the table. That way, if you accidentally pass like an agent ID into a function that requires a conversation ID, you'll get a type error, which, man, I just thought was so smart. I didn't know that existed before, but I really loved it. All right, and then down here, let's say edit and send here to the customer. Link the customer to app.overdeliver.io/conversation ID equals conversation ID. I know a streamer who streamed the whole process of making a startup by streaming every day, and someone just stole the idea and launched it before him. You should be careful what you stream. Maybe. Who's the streamer? Here's the thing. Like, I don't think that you're ever going to win at a company on a startup just because, like, you have a good idea. It's all about execution. And part of that is about distribution. Conversation ID. In fact, a lot of it is about distribution. Okay. All right, this seems like it finally built correctly. So, no, not .ai. .io. I also have like 20 people. I mean, nice idea. Gonna try now. I also have like 20 people watching the stream, if I'm lucky. I don't think any of you guys are gonna steal the idea. Oh, I have more streamers. I have more people streaming on the second channel. So this is what I was saying. Thank you guys for doing that, by the way. So this is my second channel. This is where I'm gonna start streaming every day, or at least a few times a week. If you currently are watching this on the main channel, please check out the second channel. I'll put the link in the chat so that so that you guys can see the streams if you like them. I mean, you don't have to if you don't like them. But if you don't like them, I don't know why you're watching still. I got the name of the YouTuber. He's called this guy. I searched his channel. It seems it was removed. Okay. No, I think you guys could. I think you guys could copy what I'm going to do. I just don't think you would. Maybe you would. I don't know. But here's the thing, man. Look at this. My whole YouTube channel has devolved into me just giving away startup ideas. Like all of these ideas I would be interested to start. In fact, I have, well, not all of them, but probably like 80% of them I would genuinely start as a real startup. So come to this video. The first one is console.txt here. Console.txt is a really good startup idea. And I genuinely think that you could get a buzz on Twitter and you could like grow the number of GitHub stars very quickly. But hey, you know, steal that idea. Plenty of ideas you're welcome to steal. Did it load? No way it's still broken. There's no way it's still broken. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is at least a step in the right direction, believe it or not. Not loading means it's having, yeah, it's not hitting the, okay. It can't make it an API request to this. 404 not found. That must mean that we haven't linked up this API correctly yet. API.overdeliver.io. It seems like we have. Okay. And where are we sending this? API.overdeliver.io. API organization has organization. Why is that 404? Well, let's look at the logs. 404 has organization. Let's look at has organization. Organization routes. Has organization. With the user ID. And let's pull up the database. The user does exist. There he is. Okay. Okay, what else we got going on here? That's it. 404. Where are we throwing a 404? Get organization member list. So the user ID must exist because it's not throwing an exception. Has organization result. Okay, it's not even running the, okay, it's not even running. Let's look at server. I bet you I know why it's, do I? No, I don't. Let's go to server.ts and we'll say, so these are all /API, then /organization. Where is it? It's not here. Organization, there we go. So /API /organization /has organization. But I think that's what we're hitting, isn't it? /API /organization /has organization. Am I missing something obvious? Did you get a new set? Your last video was fire. I was in Dubai, and you can rent that podcast studio in Dubai, and it's really, really cool. Dubai podcast studio. So if you ever find yourself in Dubai, like it's pretty cheap to rent too, and they've got like a ton of them. Many like people, I guess, do podcasts here. It was really cool. I really wish I had one of these all the time, but I was like, I have to film a video here. Like, this is going to be a missed opportunity if I don't. What is going on here? Why am I getting a 404? Oh, wait a second. Why did it load? I don't think I should be getting a 404 though. Let me go back to the main thing and see what happens. I don't know what the hell is going on here, guys. Am I supposed to get a 404? It's like it's not hitting the API at all. API / .overdeliver. HTTPS API overdeliver. What if I go directly here? Okay, that's fine. API.overdeliver.io. / API / has organization. I wonder if I have to just redeploy this. Very unlikely, but what the hell is going on? I have no idea. Can you turn your mic up all the way? I have you at max volume and can't hear you over Andrew's YouTube video that's playing. You know, I will turn it up, but I've gotten a bunch of people saying that it's too low and then other people saying it's too high. How's this? Is this better or no? Oh, you know what? It wasn't just 2 camera angles. It was 3 camera angles. They had 3 cameras, and I was like, all right, set them all up. Like, it's my editor that's going to have to feel the pain of making all 3 camera angles work. It was awesome. I really liked it. We only used 2 for most of it. Oh, I'm not even pointing this at myself anymore. Whoops. We only used 2 camera angles for the majority of the time. You can turn high down. You can't turn low up. Yeah, that's true. The volume was great here. Holy shit, what cameras were they? I don't know. I actually don't know, but they were really, really cool. I actually have some behind the scenes footage. Let me see if I can pull it up. So, I'll show you very briefly. I can't even see if you can see that yet. So there was just a bunch of cameras set up like that, and they had the best equipment and stuff. It was pretty cool. All right, what are we doing here? I'm really upset with this thing not connecting correctly. .404. Let's look at the code. Okay, let's close this one for now. 404. Org controller has organization. This isn't even printing. Like, if I put a print here, I bet you it wouldn't even print. Has organization. For org. What's your vibe coding? And does vibe coding mean you're using something like Lovable? You can vibe code with Cursor or Lovable or Windsurf. So, okay, it sounds like a few new people joined. So let's go over very briefly what we're doing. So the normal SuperCall product handles just like phone and WhatsApp messages and like text messages. But what we're doing is we're building a variant of SuperCall that works specifically over email. So it integrates into your calendar, into your Slack, and all of your other tools, your CRM. And whenever you start like an outbound email campaign, whenever someone replies, it immediately jumps on that lead because speed to lead is so important, and it can change your conversion rate by like something crazy like 900%. So the second someone says, hey, are you available? It'll hook into your calendar, find a few times, instead of doing some Calendly link that they're never going to click, and then you say, hey, like I'm available these times. We also handle like lead magnets. So you could email a ton of people and say, hey, are you guys interested in this YouTube video or not this YouTube video, but this report where we kind of dived into like how we think your company could be making more money. And then the people that reply, you immediately send them the lead magnet and you immediately ask them if they want to book a call with some times available. And this is all done through the AI. And it also doesn't send emails on your behalf without first sending you the email in a Slack. And you can turn this on. You could auto-generate it if you want. But it'll, at first, it always sends the messages here and you can like approve them and then it'll actually go out. So anyway, this is what we're working on today. And we're having a hard time. For some reason, we're getting 404s. And I don't know why. Let me see. API / organization / has organization. Now let's do this on a post. Let's do this on a post request. Error. Cannot post. All right, let's look at the logs. I don't even see the error pop up here. Oh. Yeah, I don't see the error pop up. 404. I can't figure that out. Is it possible we're not deploying the right, like we're not running the right file? Docker. What do we have in the Docker file? I think it's Docker Compose. Let me pull this off to the side for a sec. No, it's not Docker Compose. Docker.api. Okay, we want to do Docker.api, not Docker.worker. We need to make sure that's the case. Which one are we doing? Docker.api. And it is getting some, like, clearly it has gotten some requests, like this one. This is so weird. You know what? Let me check this route handler. Let's check the auth middleware. No, it's not 404. Told Andrea about the studio and she said, wait, why was he in Dubai to shoot a YouTube video? No. I was in Dubai to meet my friend that runs a sales lead gen business that does about 100K a month, right? They just crossed that actually like a few days ago. And I was trying to learn more about sales tools. So this is how we came up with the idea to launch like an AI email reply through Supercall, like using the same system, just integrating with a few calendars and stuff. Because he says that's the one thing that like nobody has done right yet. And just on like a few hours of grinding on it, we were able to get some replies that were really good. So yeah, that's what we're working on. Look at this works. We're getting 204 for the options. Is it doing a get request? No, it's a post request. Strict origin when cross origin. Yeah, guys, I have no idea what the hell's going on here. But okay, we need to make sure it can do other requests. I think that's important. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to type something random in there. All right. When I click save, what's going to happen here? Yeah, same issue. 404. Okay. So it's not just this route. It's the whole thing. What are the odds that it's expecting it to be www.api? I have a bad feeling that it's for some reason got it twisted in its head and it wants that. Let's look here. And 100% of your project is vibe coded. You just fix the errors, or sometimes you sit and plan the whole feature and code it. I code. I'm saying vibe coding because we're vibing and we're coding and we're using a lot of AI, but I do code a lot of it. Dude, vibe coding on a project that like for more than 2 days is a recipe for disaster. It really, really is hard to keep the context on point. It gets so off base at some point, and it starts like duplicating so much code that it's really not worth your time. API. Okay, what command is it running? It's on 3001. Updated worker. It seems like this is running the worker. Maybe. Server is running on 3001. No, this isn't the server. What in the worker? No. It's definitely the server. Is it the port? Is it the port thing? It might be the port. Let's check out the other render project. Whoops, really quickly. Log settings, environment. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull this off screen just for a second. I gotta check all of these. No, nothing weird here. All right, let's look at this one, because this one is deployed correctly and it works. Well, API.org. What if it's an extra trailing slash? It could be an extra trailing slash. Public API URL. Huh. Oh, that's weird. My other project is not using, it's using this URL, not the custom one. What are the odds that fixes it? I gotta pull this environment variables off the screen again, 1 sec. Environment variables. Yeah, what if this fixes it? That would be interesting, to say the least. All right, now let's redeploy it. Come here, redeploy. Let me pull back up the stream chat so I can see what you guys are saying. 100% your project is vibe coded. Oh, sounds like it wasn't a reason. Last question, then we're going to eat and you can code in peace. Oh, shoot, that's killer. Oh, okay. Well, sorry, Alex. Good to see you, man. Take care. If you're still on, I don't think you are. 100% of your project, no. Get cursor to console log around the error. The problem is that then we would have to redeploy. And that sounds like a pain in the ass, doesn't it? Can you troubleshoot by going through each of your path named endpoints and your URL API to find the point where it starts to break? Let me read that again. Going through each of your path names endpoints on your URL API. The thing is that it's clearly getting broken. Well, I don't know where it's getting broken. Because what was interesting to me is that some previous version of it was throwing errors. Like here. This is real code. Like it was hitting a real endpoint and running. When we were getting 401s, it was working. And now we're getting 404s. Here's a stupid idea. Why don't we just search 404 in this database and see if we're returning it anywhere? Okay, I don't think we're returning a 404 anywhere. What about not found? Organization not found? Product not found? Yeah, guys, I have no idea what the hell is going on here. Is this redeployed yet? The Vercel? Looks like maybe. Okay. app.overdeliver.io. Uh-oh. Not a good look. It's taking a long time to load. That means it's got a 404. Yeah. Why is this happening? Yo, Jason, I know you're busy, but how much would you say you understand how the transformer works? I would say not very, if I had to be honest about it. I learned about like LSTMs in university, long short-term memory, LSTM, which I think was kind of like the predecessor to the transformer. I never really understood how these things worked, man. Never really did. But I know how recurrent neural networks work, and I did read a bit about transformers and I did read Attention is All You Need. Not that I understood all of it, but I feel like they're also a little bit less complicated maybe than LSTMs, at least at a high level. I felt like that was the case. But hey, I don't think you need to know how the transformer works to make a ton of money with AI. I really don't. Yeah, okay, so man, there's something weird going on here. Like it really does throw 404s. Let's ask ChatGPT really quickly, see what it says. Instance, I am. On my render instance, I'm getting 404s for each of my endpoints, but I'm getting 204s for the options pre-flight. CORS is working. The actual route doesn't exist. Check your route handler. Or if using the app directory. That's so weird. It's like it's not. Okay, but server is running on blank. App.listen. App Express. App.cores. API/organization. And there's the organization one too. Let me run this locally again. We are currently developing an email auto reply feature for salespeople that hooks into their API, that hooks into their existing software, and automatically replies to emails to book calls for them. Let's see. Let's run it locally. If it doesn't work here, we have a big problem. At least a reproducible problem. Ah, look there. See? It's fine. So, there's an issue with how these routes are being registered. Let's look at the printing. We should also make sure that this is getting run. I'm worried that the API's like file is not getting run at all. This is based on staging. Is that the issue? Yes. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I'm such an idiot. I'm pretty sure I changed this when we set it up earlier today. I think it overrode it. Oh, come on. That's so annoying. There we go. I'm 100% certain we did this correct when we set it up. Not the final app itself, but the structure you are using, because I have a feeling you have separate projects to handle your backends. Yeah, we do. You can see here, we've got the OverDeliver one, which is what we're working on right now. We've got supercall production and supercall staging. I probably should have called this supercall OverDeliver production. Damn, that's so annoying. Let me check where I'm even going for dinner. Teakwood. Looks like a good spot. Oh, it's very close. Very, very close. Dude, I'm so upset about that. Well, now it makes a ton of sense. Because I was like, why do some routes work, but most of them don't? It's like, well, these are just new routes. Okay. I'm going to refresh this once it's deployed. The only thing I really hate is this takes way too long to deploy. Docker, for apps like this, man, I think it was a mistake, which is going to upset some people. It's just the deployment takes too long. I have to figure out what the bottleneck in the deployment is. So it takes like 10 minutes to deploy when I'm like, it's really a simple backend. It should be 2 minutes. And then I think this is deployed too, right? Apparently not. Let's make sure that's set up too. No, this is not it. It's this one. It does say it's hooked up. Apparently, no. I did this part wrong. Oh, this is a www. I think I did that wrong. Okay. That is, okay, done. That should update. This should all be finished almost any minute now. And then I think technically we're launched. Technically. No, the container's fine. It was that I was deploying from the wrong branch. That was the issue. That was a dumb issue, man. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm going to say it one last time because it seems like we still have half the people viewing on the first channel. I'm not going to be doing these streams on my first main channel. I'm going to be doing them mostly on this second channel, Jason Goodison 2. I'm going to be doing all my streams here from now on. And I'll also leave them up if you want to like come and watch any of them. So if you aren't subscribed to that channel, I would appreciate if you could subscribe now. Only if you want to watch these streams. If you're like, damn, this is boring, that's fine. Stop. No way. No way. Public.integrations does not exist. Okay. It's not correctly running the migrations on load. Wait a second. Don't tell me that I actually haven't run this. pm backend run db generate. No changes. That's what I thought. Okay. So we need to run some migrations on load. Using PG driver for database querying. Let's see what we got going on here. We'll get it cooking, thinking about it while we do some investigation ourselves. The question is, because we already have supercall deployed correctly and it does the migrations whenever it starts. So the question is, where are we doing the migrations? I think it's in the the Docker. Like, I think that's already handled. So I feel like it should just work. Docker.api, copy the backend, install, copy the shared packages, copy the backend, install the dependencies, build the shared one, pm clean, start the app, pm run db migrate remote, and pm run start API. Migrate remote. It's got to be something to do with that. It's got to be something to do with that. Expanded. Let me make sure I have the right DB credentials here. I have a feeling that this is literally done because of DBSSL. I gotta check that this DBSSL thing is set. No, it's not. Okay, it can't be that. It cannot be that. Okay, what are we doing here? That's annoying, man. Let me check the database itself. What are the odds that if I use the external database URL, it'll work instead of the internal database URL? Let's check the other one. Let's see if ChatGPT came up with anything. Runs a migration that depends on the integrations table, but the table doesn't exist because either hasn't been migrated yet, maybe a missing earlier migration. The migrations are running out of order. The database is misaligned. The database is misaligned. Render is using a blank DB or a different one than locally. Check your migrations, reset the database. This is a new instance of a project that has existed for a while, so there are a lot of pent up migrations that have never run. Is that why? Yeah, that's exactly why. Okay, what's going wrong? Drizzle starts applying all the migrations from scratch in timestamp order. One of the later migrations tries to create a foreign key reference to integrations, but the integrations table hasn't been created yet or in the wrong order. I don't think that's true. How to fix it? Squash your migrations. If this is a new deploy with no data, the cleanest way is to run all migrations locally into a fresh DB. Use Drizzle to generate a new baseline SQL file. Delete the old one. Push just the new squash snapshot to the server. Reorder manually. Use onDelete set null. Interesting. But theoretically, if that was the case, then we could just come to the environment file, which I can't show here, but I'll bring it back over in 2 seconds. and create a new database locally and then try to build it, and it shouldn't build. Okay, so created a new database, pnpm backend run db migrate. Okay, initial, okay, we don't even have that database, that's why it's complaining. But if I come, wait a second. This is the OverDeliver database right here. Does integrations exist here? No, it doesn't. It actually doesn't. It's because we ran, yeah, I see. It's because we were on the wrong branch and we ran it already. So theoretically, maybe just starting with a fresh database would fix it. If we get rid of this database, let's do this. Create new service, Postgres, OverDeliver, prod, db, region, version, storage, create. All right. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to take all of these. I've got to plug in the new environment variables, which is why I grabbed it and pulled it off screen. But this should only take like a few minutes. What I'm going to do is open the environment, update these environment variables to the new database, and then like run it the deployment again, which should rerun the migration. And then we should be good to go. Okay, updated the hosts, updated the data. Oh, no, that's not right. Updated the database. I just got to update the username and password. Username. Password. Okay. Done. All right. Now I'm going to pull this back over here so you guys can see it. Now, well, let's wait for it to deploy first. Finish creating. There, it's available. Now let's redeploy this. And if this works, then we're just going to delete the other database. This one, we'll just delete it. Yeah. Oh, somebody suggested this in the chat. I got to pull the chat back up, man. It keeps like getting disappeared behind a bunch of stuff. Where is the chat on my laptop right now? Here it is. Here. I think I think if you get up and running with a new fresh database, I agree. Thank you for helping. But why would that happen? I think I know why. I think since I've forked this, I think I've deployed new changes and migrations to the staging environment. And because this database was set up for that staging environment, it had some big issues when I tried to run the migrations for the new one. The fork was just, you just shouldn't do that, pretty simply. This is turning out to be a huge pain in the ass. Just getting this deployment up and getting this product up and out the door. But I'm feeling good. I think this will land today. I think we can get this launched today, and then tomorrow is when we really double down on marketing efforts. If you guys are around on LinkedIn tomorrow, let me know. We'll try to get some people on board, and then we'll have a whole slew of product feedback that I'm sure we're going to have to dive on top of, and I'm happy to code that with you guys and show you my thought process there too. It'll be more coding. This is more like configuration, and man, I hate configuration. Worst part of the job, in my opinion. Oh, let's take a look at this deployment. Deploy. There we go. Unfortunately, this is like a big part of the job, you know, just like making sure things linking up correctly. Yo, Jason, you getting off? I guess so. I have to leave. I have to be somewhere at 7 and it's 6:30, but I'm pretty sure it's really close. Let me Google it. It's a 10-minute walk. So I've got another 10 minutes. But I want to get this live. Okay, that worked. That worked. So now we just delete this database. Let's delete this one. How do I delete it? Recovery, info, delete database. Okay, that's fine. And then this is the new one. But before I forget, we want to connect my local Postico to this new one. So let me grab this database URL off camera. Okay, and let me update my Postico. And holy shit, that scared the living daylights out of me. Let me update my local Postico. New server. We're going to say OverDeliver. Mark it red because it's a production one, and then bang. All right, this is looking better. Now we've got integrations. That's the one it was complaining about. And this is connected to the actual production database. So I think that's good. Now, theoretically, I closed it by accident. Okay, app.overdeliver.io. Theoretically, if I enter, what should happen is it should redirect me to onboarding, the onboarding application, very quickly. No, again? 401? Oh, okay, wait. This one's okay. This one is okay. I know what this bug is. It's because we deleted the user in the last database and we haven't populated the user in the new database. It's got to be that. So let me grab the user ID. There it is in the logs. Nice and easy to find. We'll come to the organization user. We'll toss this bad boy in there. Email, we'll just make up some stuff. Role org member. Bang. Okay, and now we're gonna refresh that page. There you go. It just worked. See that? Let's fucking go. Let's go, boys. Voice is a bit low. People are saying voice is low again. Okay, I tried turning something up, but I feel like I have a startup that you would love. I've already got a lot of work done on it, but send it. Can you provide your stream hours for tomorrow and your time zone too? I'm in PST and I'll probably just be working all day, and I'll probably just jump off for meetings. I've got like 2 or 3 meetings tomorrow, but I don't think I have time set for them yet. Okay, let's make a new company. HTTPS. You know what? Let's make it us. OverDeliver.io. Company vertical. Sales SaaS. We provide the best-in-class AI that integrates into all your software, calendar, email, sequencer, and we provide the best AI, the best-in-class AI for speed to lead. We integrate with all your major software to immediately book customers on calls the minute they reply to any of your campaigns. Price range, I actually don't know. Let's call it $500 a month. Let's go back and say per month. Frequently asked questions. Why are you so expensive? We offer the best. We don't overpromise. We overdeliver. To help you optimize your sales funnels, you will be paired with a sales expert that can help you craft the best campaign and close leads the second they reply. All right, what's another objection that might happen? What's another objection? People would say, I don't know, take me off your list. No problem. Apologies for if I bothered you. If you ever need help filling gaps in your funnel, I'll be here. Why wouldn't I just use 11x or another AI SDR? Unfortunately, those companies inspired our name. They overpromised solutions and damaged many customers. I don't know about that. They overpromised solutions, and in some cases even had investigative journalists look into. I don't know about that either. Unfortunately, these companies inspired our name. I'll just keep it simple for now. Inspired our name. Those companies have high churn as the product doesn't solve the real problem very well. Oh, man. Okay, next, connect instantly. Okay, I've got to put my instantly API key in here. So, instantly.ai. Integrations. All right, let me really quickly put this API key in here. Get a new API key, I mean. Okay, here's my API key. I can't show that to you guys, so I'm going to put that over here. Okay, now there we go. Then I'm going to click Finish Setup. Connect HubSpot. I don't really care to connect to CRM. Okay, I also have to fix this at some point. I need to make a little video here that shows how to get an API key. and then I need to set up how to set up the webhook. But I'm going over to my webhook software right now, my Instantly software to set up the webhook, and bang, done, complete setup. There you go. So here we have it. This is the software, OverDeliver. Oh, that's a bit ugly, but we can fix that. Conversations. Oh, this is defaulting to Spanish, so we should default it to English. We can swap between light and dark mode. Yeah. There you go. Like, that's technically launched. People can sign up, and overdeliver.io is our landing page. It is. That's pretty cool. That worked. All right, guys. I do have to run to this dinner now, but this has been super fun. This has been a lot of fun. I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow a lot. Let me just catch up on the chat. Let's see the API key. I see pretty much every adult using it. Something that's not, I feel like it's something that's not in the space right now, but definitely needed. What is? Let me scroll up. How big is your team? Just me and one other person. I hire a person overseas. Okay. What if it was a really fucking good idea? How big is your team? That's already been thought out a lot. Yeah, send it over. Like, send over your idea, man. I want to see. Shoot it over. Like, I'm here. Theme said light in settings when it was dark. Yeah, I know. I saw that too, actually. You know why? Because the first version of the product tried to lock people into a specific theme because I never solved the dark theme. This time, I was like, whatever, you can use whatever theme you want. So it clearly didn't default correct. So I do have to solve that. Good call out. And this icon looks very ugly. I need to solve that too. Yeah, it's not really like a company dinner. It's like I'm hanging out with a guy that also is a founder and just catching up. It's been a while. But all right, guys, tomorrow, let's say tentatively I'll be on at noon PST. So that's 3 p.m. EST if you're around. Again, make sure you're subscribed to the second channel. And this has been super fun. Let's see if we can do some damage on marketing for this tomorrow morning. I'm going to post on LinkedIn tomorrow. And if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. And I'll be talking about this in the Discord. And I'll post the LinkedIn post here too. So cool. Thanks, guys. This was super fun. Take care. You're the best.